This week, I turned 26 years old and officially starting the second half of my 20s. And when I was a kid, I always thought my life would look completely different when I'm 25. I thought I'd be a diplomat or doing something in that direction. Then when I was 18, I thought my life would look completely different when I was 25. So I always had 25 as this kind of milestone in my life. And now after finishing my 25th year, I realized that so many things didn't go according to a plan I had in the past, but I'm much happier this way, and I'm happy that I developed in the way I did. I took a lot of different reroutes and tried different things, and I realized that the goals I had set for myself were not the goals that I wanted to set for myself. I've set them because I was conditioned and I was raised in a way that made me have those goals, whether it's studying at university or finishing this or doing that or going in this direction, having a safe job or whatever. But through all the different things that I've done and through all those different reroutes and discoveries, I've learned a whole lot that I want to share in this episode. So in this episode, I want to share 26 lessons I had over the past 26 years. Okay, let's say the first 6 years of my life, I didn't learn many lessons, but that doesn't matter. I'm just sharing things that I've reflected about the last couple of days and weeks. And this is episode 33 of the Uncomfy podcast. I'm Joe, and as usual, nothing great has ever been achieved from within the boundaries of your comfort zone. So let's get uncomfy together. Hi. Damn. 26 is a milestone because I've officially entered the second half of my second decade. Is it the second decade? It's the third decade, actually, because the first decade is 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, and then 20 to 30. So it's the third decade. I'm past the half, and I'm very happy, and I'm very content, and I'm very proud of where I am and what I do and who I am, to be honest. So I think this episode's going to be a long one. So either bear with me or listen to it in multiple installments. The idea of this episode is I wrote down 26 short sentences, and I just want to briefly explain each one of them and what I mean. So let's get right to it. The first lesson is the clearer the values, the stronger the boundaries. Once you know your values and you are 100% certain of your core values, it's easier for you to set boundaries, and it's easier for you to stick by your boundaries. So you can enforce your boundaries way better when they are strongly tied to your values and your values are absolutely clear. The second one is nobody will ever see life through our eyes. And that's normal. We're 8 billion people out there. Each person has a different set of eyes. Each person has a different conditioning, has a different history, has a different past, has a different mindset. So never expect people to see things the way you do. Try to articulate how you see things in order to avoid disagreements, because just assuming that someone sees something the same way we do is most of the times the perfect recipe for disappointment. Lesson number 3 is you can't force someone to be with you or to be in your life just because you love them. If they want to leave, leave. Let them leave. It's okay. You can't make anyone stay in your life just because you love them. That's not enough. If they don't want to stay in your life, they have their reasons. Accept the reasons. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and let them move on. And allow yourself to move on as well. Point number 4, nobody will ever be there for you more than you. Nobody. Not your family, not your mother, not your best friends, not your siblings, not your partner, not your children. No one is going to be there for you more than you. So take care of yourself. and make sure that no matter what happens, you can rely on yourself through it all, throughout your lifetime. Because you're going to die alone. Nobody's going to go to your grave with you. You're leaving this earth alone, and you came into this earth alone. The people around you are there, but you are responsible for yourself. Point number 5 is the right decision is often the hardest decision. And most of the times we know that it's the right thing to do, but it's so hard. There are so many different consequences, so many problems that might arise or might not arise. What if it fails? What if it doesn't work out? If it's the right thing, do it regardless of whether it's hard or easy. Just take the decision and stick through it, because even if it's hard now, it gets easier over time. Number 6 is you cannot fix people if you are broken, which means before you try and help other people live more fulfilled lives or become happier or solve their issues, take a look at yourself. Make sure that you are where you want to be. Make sure that you're strong enough to be able to fix broken people without breaking a piece of you every time you do that. Point number 7 is your self-respect is earned by proving to yourself that you say, no, wait, I need to reroute. So point number 7 is your self-respect is earned by proving to yourself that you are who you say you are. You will not respect yourself if you don't put in the work that you want to put in. You will not respect yourself if you don't follow your dreams, your passions, and actually do what you want to do. So in order to earn your self-respect, you need to put in the work. You need to make sure that you're doing what you want to do. Number 8 is it doesn't matter who believes in you if you don't believe in yourself first. You could have 100,000 followers all believing in you. You could have your family believing in you. You could have everyone believing in you. If you don't believe in you, you're not going to take action. You're not going to get anywhere. So self-belief is the number one, and all the other supporters, fans, believers are below that. Because otherwise, nothing will change if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't take action. So believe in yourself. You got this. Number 9, in life, some people are visitors with certain missions and others come to stay. And so many people have a huge problem with allowing those visitors to leave after they've accomplished their mission in your life. It's okay. Once a person wants to leave, or once a person actually leaves your life, that means this chapter ended because it's over, because it served the higher purpose. So some people will come, teach you lessons and go, and some people will come and stay. Number 10, and this one hit me deeply when I thought about it. I never knew that you can be freed from a beautiful chapter. Just because a chapter is beautiful doesn't mean it's not supposed to end. Because we want bad chapters to end, we want beautiful ones to stay. Sometimes, just sometimes, a beautiful chapter can just be an illusion, a prison in which we feel confined, we cannot leave. And once this beautiful chapter ends, you feel freed. So it is possible to free yourself from a beautiful chapter just as much. Number 11, be detailed, but don't seek perfection. Don't do things anyhow. Do them and be detailed and make sure that you're considering how to do what. But there is no such thing as perfect, especially if you're just starting out. So look at the details, because once you actually take care of the details, the whole thing turns out better. But don't be a perfectionist. Don't try to make it too good because it's not going to work. Just do it as good as you can right now. Put it out there. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, regroup, re-strategize, do it again. Don't be perfect. Be detailed. Number 12, it's easier to pull people than pushing them. We all try to push the people we love while we're trying to push ourselves. So, for example, if you're trying to become successful in order to help the people you love become more successful, then what you're doing is you're pushing them up while trying to go up yourself. But imagine if you don't do that and you get yourself to the front of the pack, to the top where you want to be, and then from there you can just pull them up with you. Much easier than trying to push the weight. Pulling the weight is easier. So take care of yourself first, take care of the others next. Like in the airplane, when they tell you take care of yourself first, so put on your mask first and then help others, because you can't help others if you're not helping yourself. Or if you're suffocating, you cannot help someone else quit their suffocating. Number 13, you will lose more than you will win. Totally normal. If you look at the stats of all professional athletes, they've lost more than they've won. Or if they've won more than they've lost, that's at least their pro record. But before that, they lost a whole ton. So you're going to lose a lot, which makes winning even more sweet, even more... It gives you more dopamine once you win after a couple of losses. So losing makes winning taste much better. Number 14, you can be your best friend or you can be your worst enemy. Your relationship to yourself is a make or break. You can either be the supporter that you wish you had in other people, or you can be that enemy that keeps breaking you, that keeps insulting you, that keeps telling you that you're not enough, you're never going to be enough, you're never going to do enough. Or you can be that fan of yours. You can build yourself up, you can take care of yourself. Which one do you want to choose? Be your best friend. Because no one is going to understand you, help you, and push you as much as you can do to yourself. Number 15, your blessings today are the seeds you planted yesterday. Sometimes we forget the seeds we planted a couple of years ago, the things we wanted a couple of years ago. And today we might have them, but when we look back, we don't see the seeds anymore because we forgot it, so we take it for granted. But trust me, a lot of things, even if you think your life is miserable right now, a lot of things that you have right now are things that you wished you had back then, or you worked for back then, but they're just happening now. You can't see the correlation. But everything that happens now, all the blessings you have, are because of things you did in the past. So do good things today, so in the future you can have more blessings that you plant today. Start planting today. 16, you are responsible for your happiness. So do more of what makes you happy. And whatever it is, do more of that. Going for a walk makes you happy, go for a walk. If going on a date makes you happy, go on a date. If going to the park makes you happy, go to the park. If watching a nice movie makes you happy, watch a good movie. Make sure that you prioritize your happiness. Prioritize yourself, because your happiness is only your responsibility. No one is responsible for it except for you, my friend. Yeah. And number 17. Number 17 is a good one. Number 17 is a very good one. Time is the only currency you will never get more of. Money, you can get more of. Friends, whatever it is, connections, relationships, you can always lose some and win some, lose some and win some. Time is limited. This is the time you have. Make the best out of it, because you'll never get lost time back. Stop losing time. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting your time doing things that are making you miserable. Free yourself of that, because life's too short. The countdown is running. From the moment you're born, there is a clock going backwards. And this clock will run out. And once it runs out, you might have regrets. So do the best you can with the time you have, because that's all you have. You never know what happens after you die. So take care of yourself today. Love yourself today. Build yourself up. Number 18. You can only be truly loved if you really love yourself. If you're having problems with yourself, if you don't really love yourself, how do you expect someone to fully love you, to fully give you the love that you want? You need to love yourself for that. Because what the person will love in you are the things that you should love about yourself as well. You shouldn't rely on receiving love only from other people. Loving yourself is more important at the beginning in order to attract real love, deep love. This is just my opinion, of course, but love you and someone will love you even quicker. Number 19, and this one hurt me a lot of times in my life. Not everyone wants to see you win. Some people might tell you that they want to see you win and that they're there for you and that they'll build you up and that they see your goals and your vision and your mission and your capabilities and they want to be there for you. They want to support you. They want to see you win. But once you fail, they disappear. So not everyone wants to see you win. Some people want to profit off your wins. Be careful. Number 20. Simple physics. Every action has a reaction. So you cannot expect things to change if you don't do anything. You cannot expect your muscles to grow if you don't go to training. You cannot expect your mind to grow if you don't educate yourself. You cannot expect someone to understand you if you don't tell them. You cannot expect someone to respect the boundaries that you've never communicated. So you need to put action in order to have a reaction. You cannot become successful by lying on the couch and doing nothing. If you want to be successful, you need to put in action, because success is a reaction to all the actions that you take. So do and take action today. Number 21. This is a very important one. If you read Eckhart Tolle or something, you're going to understand that very quickly. The voice in our head is not us. It's our conditioned mind. Pay attention to it. Because we've learned so much in school. We've learned so much at home. We've been raised a certain way. We've been raised with certain idealistic views. The TV, the social media platforms, everything is teaching us so much. So our mind, our brain is automatically conditioned in a way which might or might not be the way we want to be actually. So pay attention to that voice and try to see whether it aligns with your values, whether it's trying to take care of you rather than just hurt you more. Just be aware of that voice. Number 22. Use your ego. Don't let it use you. So many people talk about the ego as if it were the worst enemy out there. But in fact, we all need our ego at certain points in life. And understanding that you are not your ego, but you can utilize your ego, that's power. So differentiating between you and your ego is step 1. Step 2 is understanding when and how to use your ego to your advantage, to get the most out of your ego. This is just also something that I've learned because everyone says, yeah, they're so egotistical. They're full of their ego. Makes sense, because maybe they didn't differentiate between their ego and themselves, but your ego might be the friend that you need at some point. Number 23, people will always talk. So what? So fucking what? Let them talk. So many rumors went on around my life. So many people talked bad about me. understandably so, some of them. Others, I don't understand why. We go through life accidentally hurting people in ways we never meant to. Or maybe they got hurt by something we said that we didn't mean that way. Then again, each person sees life through their own set of eyes, with their own mind. But when people talk about you, that's actually a huge fucking compliment. Because they're taking time out of their life. They're using a currency they can't get back more of, to talk about you. So you're a point of interest. That's point number one. That's the way I see it. So if someone wants to talk bad about me, let them talk about bad about me, because I know who I am. And that's what matters. What you need is you to be proud of you to be happy with you to be even just slightly okay with how you're living, right? You knowing that you're a good person, or you're doing your best to be a good person. That's all you need. Because if others have a different opinion, that might be because of a situation, because of a word, because of whatever. That does not affect who you are or change who you are. Number 24, very important, recently learned it for myself. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's your utmost responsibility towards yourself. Who's going to focus on you if you don't focus on you? Who's going to follow your dreams if you don't follow your dreams? You get what I'm saying? You need to focus on yourself. You need yourself to be your number one priority. Because why should anything else be your number one priority? It's your life. You're the center point of your life for you. Everything that happens in your life is happening in your life. So taking time to focus on yourself, distancing yourself, making sure that you do what you want to do without even having a guilty conscience or whatever, it's totally fine. You're not being selfish. You're being driven. You're being loyal to yourself. You're being loyal to your vision. You're being loyal to your life. Focus on you, and everything will change. Number 25. Everything in life has a compounding interest. It's not just in investing. Everything has a compounding interest. If you go to the gym, the first month, 2, 3, the progress is going to be a bit steady, maybe a better, worse, whatever. But after a while, that effect that gym has on you starts exponentially growing. The same thing is with any skill you want to learn. Day 1, you're absolutely shit. Day 2, you're absolutely shit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Day 100. Everything you learned in 100 days where you were relatively shit changes. And then it starts compounding and it goes fucking crazy. So consistency brings the compounding effect with it. So be consistent and wait for the compounding effect. Number 26, and the last one, would not be the podcast without this. Growth won't happen in our comfort zones. Because what I like to see is the comfort zone as a cage. And I don't know if you've ever heard about this, but sharks can never outgrow the aquarium they live in. So if you put a shark in a small aquarium, the shark will not grow to be the full size. It will grow as much as the aquarium allows it to grow. Same thing as the comfort zone. Once you're confined within those walls of your comfort zone, growth can stop and will not happen. Because when you're in your comfort zone, and I actually hate that it's called comfort, because it's not comfortable to be stuck. But when you're in your comfort zone, you're not willing to do new things. You're not willing to grow. And how are you supposed to learn new things if you don't do new things? So if you want to grow, take a leap out of that comfort zone. Run out of it and fall on your face and get up and run faster. And fall on your face again and get up faster and run again. Because within your comfort zone, you'll always feel stuck and lonely. Once you leave your comfort zone, you'll feel alive. and you will grow. So those are the 26 lessons I learned in 26 years. I mean, they're not the 26 lessons. I've learned so much more, but I've tried to find 26 only to share in this episode. And those are the 26 that I've been thinking about for quite some time now. I might do an episode for each one, but for now, thank you so much for listening. And thank you all for the birthday wishes. I'm very happy that I have people who support me on this journey. But as I said in this episode, believing in yourself is step one. So I'm very happy and very thankful that I believed in myself when I did, and that I pushed myself when I did, and that I became my best friend rather than my worst enemy. Because I had the time where I used to be my biggest critic. I mean, I am still my biggest critic, but with love. So I criticize my shit, right? I sometimes look at things that I'm posting or things that I'm doing, and I'm like, dude, that's absolutely horrible. But at least I do it with a smile. And I realize, okay, new things to learn, let's go. So I became my best friend, and I started believing in myself, and I started pushing myself. And every time I felt like life is getting hard, I just looked at myself and I was like, okay, listen, like, we'll get through this together. So I want to thank me the same way Snoop Dogg thanked himself for believing in me. No, enough with the jokes. I had a funny pill today. No, I didn't. Maybe. I don't know. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much as usual. I love you all. And I hope you're getting as uncomfortable as you can, because I'm waiting for you to grow. I believe in you, but that doesn't matter because you need to believe in you. I love you. See you again next week.